Welcome back to NFL Week in Review. This is going to be Week 10 of the 2025 NFL season. There's a lot to talk about, so let's get started. For Thursday Night Football prime time, we have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Denver Broncos. I'm surprised this was not the high-scoring game that it was due to the divisional game of AFC West. I thought they were going to do much better than they did. Now, I'm not sure if it's because the Raiders have good defense. I don't really think so because I didn't really watch this game too intensely, only because I heard it was very bad. And I don't even know why it's going to be on primetime. Usually the primetime games are the best teams with the most scoring games. So for what I think, I thought Bo Nix was going to do a lot better than this. I'm not sure if it's only because if it was a divisional game or not. Really not much to say about this game, to be honest with you. There were pretty decent plays, I guess. Which one? There's highlights over here. Defensive best versus Raiders. Nix's 18-yard strike to Franklin. Daniel Carlson's 48 field goal attempts. But that was a fail, so maybe that's why they didn't do anything. So there's really not much to say about this game. Honestly, only because it was low scoring. I thought it was going to be much better than that, but that's Thursday Night Football for you. Here's one game I want to talk about. Cleveland Browns versus the New York Jets. The New York Jets pick up their second win from the Cleveland Browns. Now, this upsets me a lot, and I'm going to tell you why it upsets me a lot. The Miami Dolphins, my team, right? The team that I'm actually wearing, we could not beat the Cleveland Browns to save our lives. Yet, the New York Jets, who we beat, were able to beat the Cleveland Browns. So I'm not even sure what's going on there, to be honest with you. Miami Dolphins couldn't beat the Jets, or couldn't beat the Browns, but the Jets could beat the Browns, but the Miami Dolphins could beat the Jets? Is this like a rock, paper, scissors thing going on here? Jets can beat the Browns can beat the Dolphins can beat the Jets. I don't understand this. Every Jet sack from a 6-sack game. Justin Fields got sacked 6 times and they still won the game. Myles Garrett, I don't know what he's doing that is getting 5-6 sacks a game and they still lose. I guess the Browns are going to brown. I guess that's what's going to happen. Breece Hall locates cutback lane on 30-yard something. Will McDonald the fourth. Breece Lightning, Quincy Williams takedown. I just Browns are going to brown, I guess. That's pretty much what the Cleveland Browns are going to say. Their defense is stacked. That's all I know. So when you have mid-offense like New York Jets, they're not going to get past the Cleveland Browns. I mean, they did get sacked 6 times. The Jets got sacked 6 times. So, I mean, it's just very confusing. Very confusing game. This was a higher scoring game than primetime Thursday night. I don't understand it. We have the LA Rams at the San Francisco 49ers. I'm very surprised that the Rams were able to get this done. So let's see what we got here. For the highlights, we have Mac Jones. Okay. Brock Purdy is probably sitting on the sidelines right now, just weeping away, upset that he can't play anything. Best throws from a 319-yard, 3-touchdown game versus the LA Rams. This was the classic California clash that I remember watching around week 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever game. I think it was 4. It was the California clash again. 2 teams that absolutely do not like each other. Rams don't like the Niners. Seahawks don't like the Niners. Divisional game, whatever. Matthew Stafford's best throws from these touchdowns. Highland Reach touchdown. Stafford's no-look touchdown pass to Parkinson and deflect interception of Emmanuel Forbes. Kyron Williams' second touchdown run of the day. Yeah, Kyron Williams, he could do it for the Rams. I can see why they kept him around. Jared Verse stretches over the 49ers O-line. Stafford's 32-yard pass pinpoint. Yep. Mac Jones' third touchdown of the day. Mac Jones, I think he's going to be the new starter, and then Brock Purdy will be on the sidelines. Which is very weird to me because Brock Purdy always used to start for the Niners. I always remember this. Even back when I watched Super Bowl 54, I think it was 54, against the Chiefs. Only because I remember back then he was always the starter. That's from my understanding. But I only watched the Super Bowl, so it's not. I'm just glad the Rams could do it at this point. Wow. Very surprising. The Jacksonville Jaguars at the Houston Texans. I'm very shocked that the Houston Texans were able to beat the Jaguars. Because from my understanding, the Jacksonville Jaguars are on quite the roll. They're 5-4, so it's not too bad. I mean, they're doing a lot better than they did last season because I think new head coach, not really sure. But let's check the Jaguars-Texans game, okay? Nico Collins best plays from a 136-yard game at Jaguars. Texans defense closes the show versus the Jags. Trevor Lawrence finds space on a 24-yard scramble. Davis Mills. I keep forgetting. CJ Stroud is out, right? So we have Davis Mills as second quarterback. He started before, right? Scampers for the late go-ahead. Schultz catches a 20-yard pass to get Texan. I really hope CJ Stroud gets better, honestly. He's their starter. I think he should be able to play well. I'm not sure if he's going to come back next week. Is Texans? No. Who do the Texans play? Oh, the Titans. So it's going to be another divisional rivalry game. Well, look at that. Texans will probably win that one. They're 4-5 now. So Colts are leading that division. I know. AFC South was always that weird anomaly division because you have Jaguars, Texans, Titans, and Colts. Even though Colts is like a northern state. Very weird. Very weird anomaly that division is. Because then you got like the bigger hitting divisions like NFC North, AFC West, AFC East. And then you got NFC East. Everybody knows those teams. AFC South, kind of that weird anomaly. We have, I think this is the divisional rematch from last year. The previous year, the divisional rematch. Detroit Lions at the Washington Commanders. Lions beating them this time, and only for one reason, is because Jaden Daniels was not there. If Jaden Daniels had been there, the score would have probably been 43-44. Or maybe even they would have had the 44 and then Lions would have had 43. Because I think Jaden Daniels would have been that difference maker. Let's see the highlights for this game. I'm not going to really... I talked about the highlights. Jahmyr Gibbs' best play from a 172-yard game. Every Jameson Williams catch from 119 yards. Jake Bates' 48-yard field goal extends Lions' lead. So I guess it really was Jake Bates. Okay, let me tell you guys something, okay? As far as the game goes, I feel like Jaden Daniels would have done a lot for this team if he was there. But I think Zach Ertz-Moss's Lions? No. Who was the quarterback for this team? Marcus Mariota? Was it him? Let me look down. Let me go all the way down. It was Marcus Mariota. I certainly definitely feel like Jaden Daniels would have done much better. Sunday Night Football on NBC. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the LA Chargers. Justin Herbert versus Aaron Rodgers. I kind of sort of knew the Chargers were going to get their number. Best plays, Ladd McConkey's best catches, Keenan Allen passes Antonio Gates, which is kind of cool. Rodgers' 27-yard touchdown pass to Roman Wilson. Cameron Dicker, the kicker, drills a 42-yard field goal to extend. Everybody loves Cameron Dicker. Keyshawn Williams muffed punt. Dante Jackson snags a fourth-quarter interception. Kamani Vidal finds the end zone. Can't misplay 50-yard again. Herbert pinpoints it. Jalen Warren wiggles through the Chargers. Field goal attempt changes everything. Justin Herbert uses his wheel to pick up 15 yards. Wow, there's a lot that happened in this game, but then again, the score was only 10-25. Imagine doing a lot in a game for a Sunday Night Football game, only to score 10-25. Now, okay, you guys are going to notice a pattern about the primetime games. I'm going to talk about the next one in a little bit. Steelers' offense is not that good. So there's a funny picture of where Aaron gets hit and his face looks completely different. It doesn't even look like his face anymore. Like, I don't even know if I can find that picture, but it's pretty funny. I just feel kind of sort of bad for him. Why he's a part of the Steelers, I have no idea why he picked that, because they lost to him again. A lot of people are saying Mike Tomlin should get fired. New York Giants at Chicago Bears. This was going to be Coach Brian Dable for the New York Giants, his final game. And then I think a day later, boom, he gets fired. Because the New York Giants now, I believe they're 2-8. They only got 2 wins and every other game they lost. I can relate. I'm a Dolphins fan. We're 3-7, so I understand how that feels. But we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Brian Dable must be really sad. He must be very, very sad about he's now out of a job. Who was the new head coach? I forgot who it was. Brian Dable is relieved of duties as his head coach. Okay, I knew that. But who's going to take over? I forgot what his name was. I remember it. No, I don't remember it. That's why I can't think of it. Former Giants was extremely emotional at the end of the Chicago game. He knew his firing was coming. Yep. And he's gone. Running to the tent because he had to watch single Russell Wilson play was an all-time moment. Russell Wilson, he reached it. He reached that. He reached it. He just couldn't do it anymore. Monday Night Football. We have the Philadelphia Eagles at the Green Bay Packers. Now, I want you guys to notice something. Remember how I told you guys I wanted you guys to notice something? For the Thursday Night Football game, the ending score was a 10. It was winning 10 for the Broncos. Sunday Night Football, we have Steelers Chargers. Losing score was 10. And now for this game, we have Monday Night Football. The winning score was 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles. They won 10-7. And what week was this? Week 10. Week 10 for the Eagles-Packers. Now, the one main takeaway from this game was Eagles defense. Now, for my fantasy, the defensive team that I've picked was the Philadelphia Eagles. They only had me score 4 points. They only had me score 4 points for week 10. Actually, no, they scored me 12 points. They scored me 12 whole points for this game. So I guess they made a couple of stops. There was a main stop that they did because even Peyton and Eli Manning, who were watching the game, who usually do their little stick where they watch each game to do some analysis and giving their own opinions on what team they like and what team they don't like, what play they like, what play they didn't like. Even they were pretty shocked at the kind of stop that the Eagles defense did. So I'm not sure if it was Cooper DeJean's doing or whoever else was on that team. I forgot who, but it's 10-7. I mean, Devontae Smith stays inbounds for a 16-yard game. Josh Jacobs' 11th touchdown of 2025. Peyton breaks down Devontae Smith's thing. React to Devontae. Jalen Hurts dials launch. Saquon Barkley's 41-yard rush. It's funny to me that the craziest games always have the lowest scoring thing. It's probably because both teams are doing so good at trying to stop runs. So, stop runs and stop passes. So that's exactly what they were doing here. Well, this is something I certainly wasn't expecting. The Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins. And the Dolphins actually managed to beat the Buffalo Bills. Not only that, this was a 17-point game. I'm very surprised. This is like the most surprising result of any game that I've ever watched. I went into this last week when we played against the Ravens. We just had our asses handed to us. And I was like, oh yeah, we face the Buffalo Bills next week. They're gonna do a pull 30 points on us, and then we're probably gonna have like only have 1 touchdown or 2 field goals if we're lucky. But I cannot believe this. The Dolphins actually, I feel like I'm in like Twilight Zone right now. Honestly, I feel like this should not have happened. I feel like the script was broken. I have no words. I don't even know how we pulled it off. I don't know what happened to Josh Allen that day. I don't know what happened to Sean McDermott that day, the coach. There were no touchdowns scored for the third quarter. So Buffalo made some of their score. Whoa, hold on. When I look at the quarters, they scored all their points in the fourth quarter. What happened? I certainly wasn't expecting this. Let's see what the hell happened. Can't miss play 35-yard touchdown by Devon Achane. Oh, yeah, of course. I guess he was the MVP for that game, right? They started to utilize Devon Achane a lot more. Tua didn't trust his mental. He didn't trust his throwing arm. So I guess they had to do more run plays. And I guess it worked out for him. Technically, this is Devon Achane's number I got. We did more runs. I think that's what it was. I think we tried to do some passes here and there, but I'm just very surprised that we won. I really am. I was gonna say I was ready for the firing of Mike McDaniel, but I guess he's not gonna get fired now. Maybe he will the next game or the next 2 games. I'm not sure. We face the Commanders next week, so we might have another win. Just might. I'm not sure about it. We face the Commanders next week, and this one's the Spain game. This one's the game in Spain and Madrid, Spain. It's going to be morning, like Sunday morning football, and then everything else is going to be on Red Zone. I mean, I'll take it, I guess. Really was not expecting this. I really was not expecting to win this game. But I think it's because Devon Achane was doing it. 225-yard games for him. Unless that's the total for the whole game. Achane explodes. Jordan Brooks forcing fumbles on Josh Allen. Maxwell Hairston. Ty Johnson taking swinging pass up the sideline. Khalil Shakir stonewalled at goal line. I need to watch. I need to, like... I only saw red zone, okay? So it was going back and forth, and I was looking at this, I'm like... Oh my God, we're actually, and this is the Buffalo Bills we're talking about. Now, I'm not sure if it's because like we know them so well that we play them twice a season, every season for one home game and one away game, one visiting game. And I'm not sure if it's because we had home field advantage. Maybe that could have been it. I'm not entirely sure. Against the Buffalo Bills of all teams. Like, they're a top 5 team. I want you guys to remember this. Last season, they were in the AFC Championship game with the Kansas City Chiefs. So I would assume they were like a really tough team to beat. But 30-13? What even? Like, I'm just as shocked as you are. Like, I'm sorry to Bills fans who I absolutely respect a lot. I'm just as shocked as you are. And I'm a Dolphins fan. I was not expecting. I really wasn't. I really was not expecting it. I just, the more I look at this, the more the score, like, the Buffalo Bills. Oh gosh, my coworker's not gonna let me hear the end of it. She's gonna be like, I can't believe we lost to you, like, because you guys suck. I'm like, yeah, I know. You hear my nephew crying in the back. I guess that's how Buffalo Bills fans felt the moment they lost. And I feel so bad because it's like, it's Josh Allen. He won MVP last season. I was expecting it to be Lamar Jackson, but it's Josh Allen this time. I don't know what happened. I do not know what was going on there. That's really the only thing I could think of is Devon Achane, who's the running back. I guess he was, because they decided to do more run plays. They ran the ball more than they passed. And I guess they did it. Jalen writes nasty stuff. Tua drops 25-yard sideline dime to Jalen Waddle. Rip 17-yard strike across. This is a divisional rivalry. Buffalo Bills fans are livid. Because I know a lot of them hate the Dolphins. I know a lot of Buffalo Bills fans who hate the Dolphins. Because, I mean, this is like a really long-standing rivalry. This is a big rivalry game. So the fact that the Dolphins were actually able to pull this off and beat the Bills, I like the Bills. My hatred goes to the Patriots, okay? I like the Buffalo Bills. I like Josh Allen. I like Dalton Kincaid, who I actually think got injured during this game, and I hope he recovers. But it's just you don't expect something like this to happen, you know? Like, way back then, Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins were like, they just hated each other. Buffalo Bills fans hates Dolphins fans. Dolphins fans hate Buffalo Bills fans, which is not true. Not all. I don't speak for all Dolphins fans, okay? I can only speak for myself as one Dolphins fan who actually likes and respects the Buffalo Bills. Even if we lost this game, I would not have been mad. I would have been mad that we added another loss, but not because of the team we lost to. Like, the fact that we lost to the Patriots back in week 2, that made me livid. Because of the team it was, the New England Patriots. But since this was the Buffalo Bills, even if they won against us, I would have expected it. Like, I wouldn't have really thought anything of it. I would have went on my little tirade saying how Mike McDaniel needs to be fired, Chris Greer doing all that. One thing I didn't even say before was Chris Greer must have been like sitting like this, like very silently watching this game, and now that he's gone, we actually won a game against the Buffalo Bills, no less. Now, I'm sorry I'm repeating this because to me, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. My app crashed, so I'm gonna have to go back to that game. We face the Commanders next week, okay? So we're done with the Buffalo Bills for this season because this was our second time playing them, so we're done with the Buffalo Bills for the rest of the season, okay? We still have the Jets to play again, and we have the Patriots to play again. But next week we're playing Commanders in Madrid. I'm not even sure if Jaden Daniels is going to be back for that game. Because if he is, I think we're going to lose that game. Because we all know how good Jaden Daniels is, right? We all know like his passing game and his ability to make it as far as he did the NFC Championship game against the Eagles. It's something that has probably won't even be done again. So I'm sure Marcus Mariota will be back for that game, which I don't want to hate on Marcus Mariota, but he's no Jaden Daniels. That's all I'm gonna say. Marcus Mariota is no Jaden Daniels. This is also an interesting because we're both 3-7. We're both 3-7 teams, but we managed to win this week. Are we gonna beat the Commanders? There's a chance. There's a small slimmer of a chance. I mean, there's a much bigger of a chance now that we beat the Buffalo Bills. But then again, it's like we were able to beat the Bills. We were able to beat the Jets, but we weren't able to beat the Panthers. We were not able to beat the Browns of all teams. We were able to beat the Falcons, I think. Did I say Falcons already? We beat the Jets, we beat the Falcons. Yeah, we beat the Falcons. Commanders we face next week. I guess we're just going to see what happens. I mean, this is a home game for the Dolphins, so let's just hope Madrid, Spain has love for Miami Dolphins. We're going to see like what happens with that. Maybe they're going to try to do the same thing that they did this week with utilizing Devon Achane more for more run plays. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I mean, I'm sorry for the Buffalo Bills fans that had to witness that game. I thought it was going to be a blowout. The other way around, I thought we were gonna get the whooping. I mean, it just goes to show you that like literally anything can happen under the very right circumstances. When everything is too fine-tuned right, if you play your cards right, if you do your plays right under the very right circumstances, like you could potentially win this game. I'm honestly starting to think that our rivalry should be with the Patriots because I do not like that team. I guess that's gonna be it for Week 10. I mean, low-scoring games mostly from prime time. I mean, look at that, like 7-10. And then the Saints-Panthers was 17-7. Usually when you watch Red Zone, it's going to be like 28, 29, 27, 20, 28, 23, 22, 44. Mostly 44 was able to win the game. So, you know, it's like that, you know. I mean, Buffalo, it was a good game. I would have said this anyway if we lost because you're the Bills, you know? You guys have a great team, okay? I'm not taking anything away from you Buffalo Bills fans. I'm really not. I really do respect you guys. I like this team. I like Josh Allen. I like Sean McDermott. I like the team. I really do. I really do like the team. I don't know. Like, you guys are going to... Hopefully you guys will do good next week, you know? Like, I'm honestly rooting for you with whoever you're facing. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay. So you guys are both 6-3 teams, okay? Those are both very good teams. I want to get that through because I know this divisional rivalry is so... It's almost reaching to the levels of, like, Packers-Bears. I wish you luck. I wish you luck against Tampa Bay. But to be fair, Tampa Bay lost against the Patriots, which is very shocking to me. Then again... Drake May is on fire. I mean, his team is 8-2. Boils my blood, but I mean, I know I shouldn't hate Drake May. I don't hate Drake May, but it just hurts to see the Patriots doing good. I'm sorry. I should stop. Let me just stop. Okay. Next week, week 11 is gonna be interesting. So hopefully. You know, with all that going on, I think we'll just see what happens. We're just gonna see what happens. So that was week 10. A lot of great stuff happened, but also a lot of... This was kind of a wonky week. I'm not gonna lie. This was a very wonky week. For week 10, the bye weeks were for the Bengals, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, and the Titans. So they didn't play this week. I feel like we would have seen more, but it's alright. Well, for what we did get, it's pretty good. So, thank you all for watching. Come back for week 11 next week where I talk about Commanders Dolphins. And I will see you on the next video. Peace.